Hey, good morning, Red Knights. It's Tuesday, April 14th, and we're like a couple, 3 weeks into this, and I just thought I'd take a step back and talk about workflow and think like from 10,000 feet. If you remember, we started with that short little video about the Fugates of Kentucky, and the investigative question was, why are some of them blue? And what's that about? And what does that have to do with inheritance? So eventually, at the end of where we're going to, you should be able to answer that question about the genetics and their blueness. Then we started with the prompt, the little QFT question focus technique of like, hey, talk to me about DNA, and ask some questions. You generated a whole bunch of questions, right? And then you did this activity where you arranged these molecules into some type of model. Then you did a gizmo to get some more information. Then I asked you to watch a screencast about the structure of DNA. After that, you took a little formative assessment about the structure of DNA. Some of you did great, some of you didn't do so well, and so I asked you to do the formative assessment corrections. Okay, so kind of you'll see a pattern here. Okay, so the information is going to come from those screencasts and the gizmos and some of the other work I'm asking you to do. All right, after that, you did a little formative assessment where you took some molecules, you put them together. You watched a screencast about the replication of DNA, so really how it works and what are the machines that are involved with that. After that, I asked you to take a formative assessment. What do you suppose you did next if you've done this all correct? Yeah, a lot of you have done this, and then you did the formative assessment corrections. And again, the purpose of those is not to like punish you because you got some stuff wrong. It's like, why did you get those questions wrong and what didn't you understand? So you got to go back and get the information to figure that out. Now, from there, we're moving on into proteins. And so one of the first things you're going to see in PowerSchool Learning is a paper protein model folding activity. You're going to wind up building something that looks like this. All you need is a scrap of paper and some glue or staples or tape or something like that. And you're going to assemble something that looks, maybe it'll look like that, maybe it won't. You're going to eventually curate that on a Google slide. All the activities are on PowerSchool Learning. I'll show you those in just a second. Then there's a gizmo to kind of get some more information about protein synthesis and RNA. All right, so that's kind of where I think you should be pretty soon. If you're not there, that's where you got to be working. And remember, we also got the BioBox project going on the side. Some of you have sent me your pictures of opening up the box. Some of you have set up your slides. So it's time to start curating some information in those Google Slides. All right, so then let's go back. I'm going to take you back to PowerSchool, get off of this. So we're back on PowerSchool. This is today, Tuesday, April 14th. And so we're down here scrolling. Remember, all the new stuff is on the bottom. So many of you have done the DNA gizmos. Thanks. Keep doing that. I'll give you some feedback. You can keep getting better at that. There's the DNA replication screencast. Take some notes. There's a Google form for that. I think I've responded to everybody who's asked questions about that. So please get that completed. And then there's a DNA replication Google slide activity for you to arrange some nucleotides. There's some formative assessments. Here's the business of building the paper protein. So there are directions, there's a short how-to, and then period 1 and period 3, you're going to curate your images of when you build this in a couple of different spots, and that's to help with answering some questions back in the directions. And then eventually there's a protein synthesis gizmo. You all have a username and password for gizmos. I think it'll help put together a lot of information about DNA and RNA and amino acids. All right, so we keep moving forward. There will be office hours today from 10 to 11. Again, if you have specific questions, reach out and we'll get those questions answered. We can keep moving forward. Hope you're having a good day, Red Knights.